Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2022 Chasing Psychological Safety. We have a bunch of new things coming up for you this year, from announcing exciting new features that we're really pleased about, to talking to some of our clients and prospective clients and companies that we meet along the way that are making amazing things happen for our teams and that are having a number of exciting things happening for them internally, with superhumans that are being recognized, servant leaders, empowered teams, and agile all around. So really good things coming up. We're really hopeful, obviously, from here at People Not Tech, that this is the year that psychological safety becomes the norm as something that needs to be measured, and it needs to be improved at a team level. We believe this to be the year. And from here on, all the other years for all the other companies that are lagging slightly behind. But to bring us to our article of yesterday, I was a little bit up in arms. A lot of the things that have happened on LinkedIn over the last few days have been around the era of empathy. I find it objectionable in a sense. You can read the article to see how agitated I was, because realistically, framing it in a sense that makes it sound like we are doing a favor to our employees is just horrendous from my point of view. We have a hefty amount of lack of empathy as part of our human debt. It will not get resolved by having two articles or a TED talk being sent around and allowing ourselves to be slightly more human. We're not saying empathy doesn't need to happen in an organized and trainable way at a leadership point of view, and from a point of view of teams in general. All we're saying is it is a step only, it's awareness only, not good enough, and it needs to be constructed in a far more intentional way.
Absolutely. And the message that we have at this early point in the year, this moment of hope in 2022, is really today for our HR and learning and development leaders and teams around the world. The work that you are doing now, we don't presume to understand your internal context. We don't presume to understand the needs of your people exactly and intimately, but we do see that what is needed at this point in time is the biggest focus on a complete and wholesale shift around how leaders behave and how teams get the impact from that. So what we're always saying, we never deviate from this message, is that when you're focusing on teams, we need you to focus on psychological safety, creating healthy, happy, and highly performant teams through psychological safety and the various components inside that. But when it comes to your leaders, there is nothing that is more important or should be higher on your priority list in that great piece of work that you're doing than creating servant leaders, than ensuring that the behaviors around leadership are in the right place, that ensuring that that work isn't just known about. So there's awareness raising, fine, great, we know it needs to happen to get people in the right place. But beyond that, the hard work of embedding behaviors with people, ensuring that they've really taken those on board, taken them to heart and mind, and frankly, rewiring neural pathways so that those leaders can come out of the shock of the pandemic and the previous 10 or 20 years of their leadership career, perhaps, and move into this new world where what really is required is empathy, but as part of a really big movement around servant leadership globally now.
Exactly. There are so many things that need doing. I think what we would like to see happening is that the great, really courageous HR leaders that we're talking to that do have a very full plate, find a way to kind of put everything aside and blue sky. What all do we need for teams? What all do we need for leaders? And I think if we reframe it that way, we'll be able to say, if we don't get these two bits in place, teams that are empowered and able to do this work, and leaders that are now in a new context and able to do not command and control, but servant leadership truly from the heart, having understood it, having completely shifted their mindset, which is a very, very difficult enterprise, let's face it. If we don't have those two things, we cannot be talking about flexible working or hybrid or outcomes or this new future of work that the pandemic has imposed on us. Simply because those two elements are going to be the levers and the keys to moving along in these new directions. So more than happy to help with whatever we can. We've seen a good few hundred teams, I think, that have been struggling through these same exact issues. They see the same things, they have the same priorities, they have the same struggle with people not being necessarily willing to do the human work. They have the same trepidation at the idea that the human work is essentially what's asked out of them, irrespective of what their job description said to begin with. So we know it's hard, we know it's a lot of work, but we also know that this shift towards servant leadership, it's what's going to empower then those servant leaders to get out of the way of their teams, empower them with the tools and the support that they need, so that those teams can then do the distributed work of fixing this humongous amount of human debt we have, and then becoming quick enough in the right shape to be battling this new era of work, which is all about outcomes that are fast, they're agile, and they're delivered by teams that are happy and performant enough while being distributed and remote. So hopefully this made sense. Come talk to us and read our articles, and then we'll take you from there, and we'll equip you with the tools that you need so that you succeed from here on. Here's to an amazing 2022 to all of us. I think it's going to surprise us. It's no shock, because the expectations are very, very low after the years we've had. But may you stay healthy and have enough enthusiasm to tackle this big task of servant leadership, empowered teams, and psychologically safe employees. All the best. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.